Hey, it is Joy with the Art of Acceptance. And I know I haven't done a vlog in a while, but in all honesty, I have actually done several. And for one reason or another, it wouldn't upload, they got deleted, and just a lot of things have hindered this from happening. So I'm hopeful this will actually upload today. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Basically, the biggest thing that's been on my mind lately is just as women, if we could just stop the comparisons. We compare ourselves to other people all the time, which can cause a few things to happen. It can cause us to have bitterness. It can cause us to have negative talk towards somebody else. It could cause us to feel smaller when there's no reason for us to feel smaller. And it can also cause us to try to make somebody else feel smaller through things like the negative talk. And that really is something that just looks bad on you. That is not something you should ever do, is to try to make another woman feel smaller just to make yourself feel bigger. That's one of the worst things you can do. And I'm just hopeful that through replacing your self-talk and through less comparison, that more women can actually be friends with one another instead of competition with one another. Because the only person I'm in competition with is myself. I want to be better today than I was yesterday. And I feel like that's something that as women, that's the only thing we need to be in competition with, is for us to be better versions of who we are today than we were yesterday, and not to be in competition with one another. And what usually starts the competition is the comparison. So I have had a lot of things going on with school, and one of the things is I made a B in one of my last classes. Well, the first thing that my mind did was compare myself to one of my best friends. It didn't develop bitterness or anything like that, but it did cause me to feel smaller for a moment. And then what I did is I recognized that thought and I replaced it with that I'm very happy for her that she can make straight A's. But for me, it's a very high B. That was a very good grade, and I replaced that with being proud of myself. I worked hard for that B. I worked long hours for that B. I had to utilize family and friends for that B. So I'm happy with that grade. Do I want to get straight A's? Absolutely. But if I don't, what I need to realize is that I'm doing the best for myself, that I'm doing all that I can under the circumstances of my particular life and situation, and to not feel smaller by comparing myself to someone else that may be able to get all A's. So, in saying that, I just want all of you women out there to remember that you are good. You do bring something to the table, and you do matter. So no matter what you're comparing yourself to, let's just stop it so that we're not becoming competitors through comparison. That's Joy, and I hope you guys continue to practice the art of acceptance throughout your week this week, and that you'll all have just a great week. Good night.